Hey everyone, this is Dave from HelpAnSEOOut or HASO. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of what HASO is and how it works. A bit of backstory about why we did this, but I think it's going to be pretty clear really easily because it's kind of a no-brainer. At least we think so. So as local SEOs, we're always looking for links, and in particular local links. And by local link, I mean like a painter in Chicago to a plumber in Chicago, or some, local business to a local business, right? Complementary local businesses linking to each other within an area, right? And we did many things over the years to try to get those. Sometimes, try to go to these other, networks where you buy links, and honestly, a lot of times there's not local businesses on those networks. They're more like, you know, paintingadvice.com. So it's not really local. It's niche relevant, but not local. So, we tried that. We tried outreach, and that was always, a struggle for a variety of reasons. And at some point, we just said, this is nuts. We know that there's a bunch of SEOs out there that have these local clients, so we're just going to build what we need, and that's how HASO was born. So that's essentially what it is. It's a link exchange for local SEOs. So what you'll find on here is, like I just said, real local sites. They're not PBNs. There's not, junk sites on here. They're real local businesses controlled by other SEOs. So you're messaging other SEOs. They know the game. They know what links are. They know how to exchange them, all that kind of stuff. So there's very little friction. It's really just super easy to get a link. So I will show you inside and give you an example of how the actual exchange happens, right? So let's start over here. This is, once you're inside, this is what the list looks like. So, like I said, there's typical, trade businesses and health and law and real estate. Really anything local is, represented here. So pest control in Piqua, Ohio, locksmith in Dallas, real estate in Portland, land clearing, pressure washing. You get the idea, right? And of course, it tells you, the city and the state and the zip, and you can search by the city. Let's actually do a quick search here. All right. So yeah, here's the inventory that's in Jacksonville. So if you're a painter, if you've got a painter as a client, you might want this plumbing link. You would simply reach out to the message the owner, and yeah, write the message. It gets sent in real time pretty much. And now on the other side, this is now another account up here. They get that message in their inbox right here, okay? And they just reply to you, and you guys, figure out how you want to do the exchange. It's really between you two. It can be a one-way reciprocal. I personally don't have a problem with those at a reasonable scale, but it doesn't have to be. It could be two-way, three-way, different sites. Really, a lot of times people have more sites than they put on here, so there's all kinds of exchanges that happen. So it's really up to you. We don't get involved in that part. It's just the introduction that we're making. And so now the messaging part, I'm just going to touch on that for a sec, because we used to deliver this via email, and we just released internal messaging. And we think we've made it like even easier to kind of keep track of what's going on. So you're now on the all websites list, and by seeing these little W's, this means waiting for reply. That means that I've already messaged this site, and I'm waiting for them to reply to me, right? So, if you came in here today and did a search for Jacksonville because you're looking for more stuff, you would really easily see that you already messaged these two, and so you don't need to do that again, unless it's for now a different type of link and you want to update the message or whatever. That's fine. And if they reply, this W would turn into an N, so it's a new message, right? So now you're not waiting anymore. It's your turn, and you need to reply to them. So you can see the status of the messages here, but you can also see them in your message area. And there's the filters for new messages. These are the ones you got to reply to, and these are the ones you're waiting for. Okay. When you do these exchanges via messages, you're doing them in the app here through this chat, which I said is pretty much real time. But of course, not everybody's going to be on at the same time as you. So we do send email notifications for these, and I just had somebody tell me the other day. Join the other day and tell me today that he's already got 2 replies, and so it looks like he's going to land 2 links in 2 days, right? So, it's working. People are exchanging links, and okay. So one more thing, or 2 more things. I want to point out that we've specifically made this so that. Let me go to the big entire list. We specifically made this so that it is private and private, anonymous, however you want to word it. The point is, we're not exposing domains here, and we're not exposing your email addresses. And we did that for very specific reasons. We're not looking, first of all, for any moles, Google moles to get in here and take down the entire network. We're also not interested in exposing your email addresses to everybody that logs on. So you should feel comfortable uploading as much as you want, because no one's going to see the domains except for us. We see them because we need to do some quality control. And so that's it for that part. And the other last thing we should touch on is the pricing. So right now it is lifetime deals. Okay, so normally in link networks you're paying per link, right? But that's not how this works. The way it works is you pay for the allowance to put the site on the network. And the plans are aligned with how many sites you want to put on the network. So right now, because it's LTD, you, let's say, do the agency small, you would be allowed to put 10 sites on the network. And so those 10 sites are exposed to everyone on the network, and each site that you put on there could build as many unlimited links. So if you put 10 sites on there and each got 10, requests over the next 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, you would have built 100 links for $287. I don't know what the math turns out to be, but it turns out to like $5 per link. Because again, we're at LTD prices right now, and that will change. We think fairly soon. We just want to get the volume of sites up to higher than it is now. But at some point, it's going to switch into some subscription model or whatever it is. But right now, it's like a crazily insane good deal. And then the plans just continue from there. You go to get more sites. So if you're a larger agency and you've got 30 or 100, 200, 300, well, actually, if you've got anything more than 30, then this is the deal for you. If you've got like 100 or 200 clients, you pay one time to get them all on there. This is completely unlimited sites that you put up. You can keep them on there as long as you want. You can get as many links as you want. So yeah, it's just unlimited in every way basically, and it's lifetime, like I said. So you're in forever. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you got any questions, hit me up. Around. You can get us through the little chat thing over here, or my email is dave@HelpAnSEOOut.com. And yeah, just let me know what's up, and we'll get you sorted. And that's it. See you later.